Alabama. We are in the Deep South for night 3 of the D2 Swimming and Diving National Championships. The Drury men sitting in second, 44.5 behind rival Queens. The DU women also sitting in number 2, 82.5 behind Queens. First event of the night, the women's 500 freestyle. Allison Weber, Beck Cross, and Marina Amorum all in the final heat for Drury. Weber claiming the national championship in the 1,000 free just yesterday. After the first 200, it's Queens in both lanes, 4 and 5 out in the lead. Still too close to call. Keep your eye on lane 1. That's the far end of your screen. Beck Cross. This is the longest event she swims. Not a true distance swimmer, but she can really turn it on late, and it's razor thin at the finish. But Julia Grosso of Queens out-touches Cross by 3/100ths of a second. Weber takes 4th. Amorum of DU in 8th. No Drury swimmers in the men's 500 finals. Bad news is Queens places 3 swimmers with 2nd, 6th, and 8th place finishes, so the Royals really adding to their lead here in the 500. Women's 100 back finals now. Laura Pareja of Drury, the favorite in lane 5. The junior out of Granada, Spain, a little bit behind after the first 50, but Pareja not to be denied, looking for the top spot on the podium. Go ahead and crown her. Pareja with finishing speed. She takes first, 52.98 the time. Pareja is the national champion in the women's 100 backstroke. Congrats to her. Men's 100 back now. Drury with just 1 swimmer in the finals is Nathan Baghetti, the junior from Brazil. Emmanuel Fava in lane 5 from Delta State, the favorite. This one close the whole way. It ends up being Fava's teammate, Giulio Brugnani, getting the win. Baghetti ties Fava for 3rd. DU with no women in the 100 breaststroke finals, so we skip to the men. David Novodvorski in lane 3 for Drury, the big man out of Poland, winds up 5th. João Santos of Emmanuel College and Gerald Brown from Lindenwood crowned co-national champions, both with a time of 52.77. Men's 200 fly now. James Brown and Dominic Karasik in it for Drury. They must deal with the favorite, Alex Kunert of Queens. You can see here at the halfway point, Kunert is first to the wall. He starts strong, doesn't let up. Kunert in 1st. Queens goes 1st and 3rd. Karasik in 4th. Brown finishes 7th. Final events of the night, the 800 free relays. Drury has been phenomenal all meet on relays, but this one is their weak link on both sides. Queens out to a lead for the women early in the middle of your screen. Allison Weber trying to make up the gap, but the Royals run away with it by nearly 2 body lengths. UND in 2nd. Drury winds up 3rd. After night 3, Queens remains in pole position on the women's side, up 5:17.5 to Drury's 3:33. Men's 800 free now. Ahmed Wabi, Ian Vandergraaf, Dominic Karasik, and Karol Ostrowski. Wabi out to an early lead, but by the turn, it's Wingate with the early lead. Vandergraaf in next for DU, and you can see here on the zoom out, he's got ground to make up as Queens overtakes the lead. Final leg now, perhaps the 2 best swimmers in the entire building. Alex Kunert of Queens, Karol Ostrowski of Drury, but the Royals lead just too much for the Panthers. Kunert touches 1st, Drury in 2nd, and after night 3, Queens maintains a lead. Drury in 2nd. Laura Pareja, the only national champion of the day for Drury. Brian Reynolds hoping for a big championship day 4 on Saturday.
I can say I got a little too nervous. Whenever I turned it 25, I realized it was like, you are not ahead and you should be ahead. So I just started to push the underwater and push it. I still did the last underwater and she was still with me, and I was really thinking for a small moment that I had lost it because I got too nervous at the beginning.
I want to see us finish really strong on the last day, because that's very important, the way you leave a championship from one year as you kind of move forward into the following year. You want your kids to be, satisfied with their performances and not go out with anything but their very best. So, what we're going to do tomorrow is come in, and it's kind of like the 4th quarter of a football game, the last part of a basketball game. You really got to lay down your absolute best, and that's really the challenge for us, is to kind of get through the final day with some great performances.